Today we're going to be discussing what the best type of training is for fat loss. Now there's a lot of different training out there, different training methods and different training types which people can do, and so if you have any questions about any type of training that you're doing currently that you could ask me or you wanted to ask me, then please feel free to. So one of the main mistakes a lot of people can make when they're trying to lose body fat is actually they try to go out and do very, very long distance cardio or steady state cardio. So when I say long distance or steady state, I'm meaning like maybe 10 miles or jumping on a cross trainer or a treadmill at the gym and going at a set heart rate, because that can often be displayed on gym treadmills and cross trainers that, you know, if you stay at this heart rate for a long enough period, you will actually be able to burn fat in the best way. Now, what a lot of the information that I've read and what we're taught at the DBCC, and what's been scientifically proven, is actually that by doing intervals or very, very fast, short bursts of exercise can actually allow you to burn fat a lot quicker. So, you know, a good interval could be something along the lines of on a rower or even on a bike, for example. Go for as fast as you can for maybe 20 seconds, and then from there on what you want to do is slow down maybe for 10 to 15 seconds and then go again. And you could repeat that maybe, say, 5 to 10 times. So to begin with, you don't have to be doing, you know, massive amounts of exercise. You know, if you're just trying to start out and get into losing weight, then, you know, maybe setting yourself a goal of going for, you know, a 5k run or a 10k run every morning is going to be too much to start off with. So I can see there's around 10 to 15 viewers at the moment, so, you know, I'd like to hear what you guys are training and how you're training for your fat loss. Another way that's very, very beneficial is fixed weights, free weights even, sorry. Fixed weights is what you'll find a lot of in the gym, and they're just nowhere near as beneficial as using free weights. Now, if you are going to be using free weights, I would always suggest that you want to be doing it in the safest way possible. So do a little bit of research and find out exact techniques, or get some tuition on training with free weights. But free weights are a lot more beneficial because they use a lot more muscles and basically just help you to generally burn more body fat. So that's something that you could always do. I've just got a message from Luke. So after years of marathon running and football, I have a serious knee injury. I'm not allowed to do any impact running. People have said try yoga. Yoga can be very good. It can help you to stretch out. So what a lot of our clients do at the DBCC when they've had a knee injury is actually a lot of rehab. So what some people can tell you to do is, you know, you're not allowed to exercise, you're not allowed to do any impacts, but what you probably need to do is strengthen the muscles around your knee. So by strengthening those muscles, it should allow you to continue your training going forward. Yoga is not something that I've ever done personally, but I know a lot of people in the industry that do think yoga is a very good thing to go forward with. So yes, but ideally you want to try and find some kind of rehab for around the knee joint, specifically the VMO, Luke. Thank you very much for your question. That was an awesome one. So in terms of continuing exercise from there on, a lot of people will just stick to the same thing, you know, and so say if they're doing interval training for say a week, you know, they don't adapt it if it starts to get easy, because interval training should start to become easier. You know, as you start to become fitter, faster or stronger, you should start to adapt your training. So, for example, you know, if you're doing 30 seconds of fast running to 30 seconds of rest and then repeating 10 times, and that becomes too easy, just increase the amount of time you're running for or reduce the amount of rest that you're having, and that way you're making sure you're always challenging yourself. Intervals have to be done at quite a high intensity. Another thing that we get quite often, or I hear quite often, is that people spend hours and hours in the gym. And, you know, when I first started exercising, and a lot of my friends and colleagues would have first started exercising, you know, we would have spent hours in the gym thinking, you know, this is the best way to do it. We spend, you know, 3 hours in the gym working out, lifting weights and running on the treadmill. But ideally, you want to actually keep your levels of exercise or the time of exercise quite short, and that's to do with a couple of reasons. First of all, you know, not many people have the time to spend 3 hours in the gym. I certainly don't anymore. And the second one is when you spend too long in the gym, what can happen is you increase your cortisol levels. So your cortisol levels are your stress hormone levels. So if your stress hormone levels get very high, you can actually start to store body fat, and that might come to a shock to some of you. When I first learned that was quite a shock to me, that you exercise too much and you can put on body fat. So you've got to be very specific with the amount of time you're exercising for, and there's been a lot of evidence that shows exercising for around 45 minutes at a high intensity is more than enough, and you could do that maybe once a day, 4 times a week. So I'd love to hear if you guys are exercising more than that or exercising less than that. I can see Johnny White's just joined. He's a client of the DVCC. I know he trains twice a day for 45 minutes. So, yeah, exercise in general, it doesn't have to be hours and hours on end. What you want to be doing is just doing 45 minutes and then, going from there. In terms of nutrition, you want to be trying to eat before your session. A lot of people turn up to exercise and haven't eaten, so the best kind of food that you could eat before you exercise would be something along the lines of high in protein, so some meats, and also some vegetables, so some green leafy vegetables, and a little bit of natural fats. So an awesome one that I often have before I train: eggs and just some broccoli. Not the biggest fan of broccoli, but it's a very, very beneficial vegetable to eat for fat loss. It helps to increase your testosterone levels, which will also help to reduce those cortisol levels. Cortisol actually is one of the key concerns or key reasons why a lot of people store fat around the stomach area. So if you're trying to burn fat directly from your stomach area, one thing that you can do is eat. Sorry about that. So by eating more vegetables, you're going to basically be able to burn more body fat. Vegetables are very low in calories, so you can literally pile them onto your plate. And no matter how many vegetables you're eating, you could probably always eat more. That's something that I've learned. First time I came across the information about eating as many vegetables as you could, I thought I was eating loads. I was eating maybe a stem of broccoli in the evening, and maybe a little bit of vegetables throughout the day. But honestly, you can pile vegetables onto your plate, and they're very healthy, and they are going to help you to burn fat around your belly fats. It's come around your stomach point area. So I'd love to hear any more questions, guys. This is going to be something that we're going to be doing going forward, so it should be regularly at this time. We will post links on Facebook so you can get involved. It will be on different topics. If you could give me ideas on topics which you'd like to hear me speak about, or you'd like the DVCC to investigate so we can give you the very best and most up-to-date information, please leave a comment on the page or leave a comment below. We would really appreciate your responses, and we're just trying to help as many people to lose fat and increase their muscle as possible. So thank you very much for listening to me this morning, guys. Have a good day.